Hello, my name is Andrew Katz. I'm a member of River City Drill and also part of the Drill Team Dynamics Coaching Network. And today I'm here with a video tutorial to teach y'all a team exhibition move. I call it the Kit Kat, and I'm going to demonstrate it for y'all. As you can see, it's a very basic box movement, but it's very good for beginning team exhibition routines. And it was one of the very first ones I learned when I was my team, and I'm going to break it down for y'all. It's really just a step-by-step, but some prerequisites before you begin is really just your basic port arms for regulation drill and about a port spin. So I'm going to demonstrate both of them for y'all now. And then for the port spin, it's going to look something like this. And that's really all you need to do this move. And so I'm going to begin now and by demonstration. So the very first count is just going to be 1, and it's just the slap of the rifle. And with this slap, you want to make it very short and distinct from keeping the distance from when you extend your arm. You don't want it fully extended out, but you want it at a pretty close distance to just make that short clapping noise with your rifle. And so when you hit, you want to make sure you hit with the base of your hand into the rifle, right in this in between this line right here. That's where it's going to produce the most sound, and so that's exactly where you want to hit it to really the main aspect about this move that makes it appealing is the sound aspect, which is why I call it the Kit Kat. It sounds like a Kit Kat commercial. So that's the main thing. It's just those hits. You want to make it near that center point of the line as possible. So when you hit, it's going to be short and distinct. And then the very next move from after the hit, it's going to be, you're going to hit to the bottom. And one key aspect to learn or do when you're trying to train this move is you want to keep the momentum going throughout the routine the whole time, because it's very hard to do it like in a slow motion type. So it's going to, as you can see when I teach it here, it's going to be a very kind of short, distinct slaps. But really, the first hit is going to be boom, boom. And really, all you have to do is just bring it down until it meets this hand right here. And so after you hit, then you're going to alternate your hands. As you can see, I lifted it. There's going to be 1, 2. This is going to be flat parallel to the ground. And as you hit, as this hand makes contact, you want to lift your hand up. So as you can see, the momentum is very key here. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. As you can see, the hand lifts. 1, 2, 3. And as that hand is lifted, you're going to want to hit it back again from with this hand. You want to bring it back up. And you're going to catch it around the receiver area, which is a very unorthodox kind of way of doing things. But in this move, you hold the receiver. So as you can see, it's going to be 1, 2, 3. And when you go from here, instead of just letting it swing, you're going to want to make it hit. And that helps with keep the momentum and keeping the speed going, and also creates that sound effect of what we're talking about, like a Kit Kat commercial. So it's going to be going over the moves again. 1, 2, 3, hit, grab. You're going to grab at this receiver area right around here. And as I say, it's a very unorthodox way of doing things. But after you grab here, you should be at this horizontal position. Or port arms position if you start from port. That is fine too. There's the port arms version. But usually, the straight upward position is usually the way to go. And after you grab here and make contact, then you're going to hit it down parallel back to the ground again. So it's going to be grab, hit, grab. So then it's going to be grab, hit, grab. And then from here, this is where that port spin comes into play. Just port spin back up. And so then, I'm going to go through one more time. Be 1, 2, 3, hit, 1, 2, 3, hit, 1, 2, 3. And that's basically all it is when it comes down to. The main things, the hardest thing people always struggle with this move is the 1, 2, 3, and from right here. Because now you're doing a kind of weird, unorthodox port spin into this receiver position. But that's really all it takes, is that once you kind of get that barrier of going down with that like weird port spin from the receiver, then it makes it easier. And it does, the cool thing about that port spin is that since it's thin around this area, it kind of makes it a little bit more natural to just kind of sling it back up, since this part is a little heavier. So just kind of, the momentum will keep it going. And again, momentum is key, so that's why you want to keep it going. So But that about concludes up the tutorial. I'm going to show y'all one more time. And so that concludes the tutorial portion. Now onto some recommendations on how to use this move into routines. Again, it's a very, very basic box movement routines, and so you don't really need to know any sort of box movements. All you have to know is port spins, and then really just the basic handling of the rifle, such as like going to ports and kind of maneuvering the rifle like that. But it's a very good beginner move, and I think it could be utilized a lot more in things, since the audio sound effect in it can make it appealing to like ripple line effects and kind of like offsetting beats. So this could be utilized in many ways, and is a very basic thing to teach your cadets. So I highly recommend it, and it was one of the first things I learned, and I wouldn't have been here without. That was like one of the very first moves I learned. So very simple, but also very effective and very sound, pleasing to hear. So that about concludes my tutorial. I hope you all enjoyed, and drill safe and drill hard.